In this video, we'll be breaking down the cost of living in Thailand as a family of 5. Now, there are many different ways to enjoy Thailand. There is the budget-friendly way. If you are a backpacker, a single person, definitely you can come to Thailand and experience it on a budget. However, if you are a working professional or a family, then the cost of living in Thailand is vastly different. Now, of course, we live a very elevated life here in Thailand. We literally get to enjoy the best of everything. And today in this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly what it costs to live in Thailand as a family of 5, and of course, the elevated lifestyle. I think there's enough videos out there showing you guys the budget side of Thailand. I want to show you that there is more to Thailand than just backpacking and of course the budget friendly options. So let's go. Everywhere in this area is condos. So I just want to give you guys an idea on a 1-bedroom condo in this area. You're looking at about a minimum of about 4.5 to about 6 million baht. Now, once again, you can go to the outskirts of this area. You could go to areas that aren't directly on the beach, and you could definitely go slightly lower down in Phuket and you would get cheaper properties. But obviously, we want to live a premium lifestyle. We want to live in a premium lifestyle destination. And currently, this area, Bang Tao, is not only yielding some of the best returns for investors, but also obviously some of the most expensive properties. So investors here are typically getting between 12 and 15% return on their properties. And unlike many other parts of Thailand where there is an oversupply of property, in this area, actually because of all the Russian money that's come in here, because of all the expat money that's come in here, there definitely is more demand than there is property. And because of that, there are villas literally going up everywhere. You can pretty much see at every major traffic light intersection, you're going to see properties advertised everywhere. So here you've got just outside of the main area of Bang Tao, there's obviously a little bit more space available, but those villas are still selling over $1 million US. And that's for a three-bedroom villa. If you have a look at that sign over there, 62 million baht, and that is for also a lakeside 3-bedroom villa with 4 bathrooms. So a lot of choice here, but definitely at a premium. I think one of the things that is so attractive in terms of the Bang Tao area, besides the fact that there's lots of villas to choose from on the high end, is of course the infrastructure. There's great shopping, great restaurants, amazing beaches. And what we have found is that there is a very high concentration of wealth in this area. And a lot of people looking at videos on Thailand are just going to find the backpacker options, are just going to find the affordable options. So in this video, I really want to show you guys how much more there is to Thailand, and also understanding that you can live in Thailand and enjoy an elevated life, but it definitely comes at a premium. Okay, so here's an area just slightly outside of Bang Tao. This area is called Chern Talay. And if you have a look here, brand new development coming up here. And there are so many of these big lifestyle developments coming up, but it's almost impossible to buy one of those villas for under $1 million US. And here is where we have to talk about the complex nature of owning property in Thailand. Foreigners can't legally own land in Thailand. If you own a condo, there are also certain requirements to it. The development, for example, can only be sold to 49% foreigners, 51% has to be owned by locals. And then when it comes to land, you may own the actual house, but you may not own the land. The land gets leased, and that's normally for a period of 30 years. Now, there is a lot of ambiguity when it comes to Thai property law, and a lot of foreigners have been caught because they don't do their research. You can, for example, just go slightly outside of this area and you can find a really nice 3-bedroom house in a local area for like 3-4 million baht. And for a lot of Westerners, that's a very attractive option. However, what many foreigners get themselves into a bind with is that when they buy these properties, they think that they're purchasing property the same way they do in Western countries, and that's not how it works. What you do is you buy basically all work above the ground, and then the right to occupy the land for 30 years. Now, there are certain tricks that foreigners use to try and get around it, and a lot of, obviously, lawyers and property agents will encourage foreigners to, for example, potentially open up a Thai company, or alternatively sign sideline lease agreements that allow you to renew for up to 90 years. The truth of it is, if you go and really research the law and you look at Thai property law and specifically the land department, what they state, it's very clear that no foreigner can own the land. You can own the improvements above the land, but not the actual land itself. And that makes owning property in Thailand pretty complex. But having said that, there are always ways around it. And I actually believe that the land and land ownership in Thailand is probably going to undergo a massive transformation over the next couple of years. As we say that, we're going through another development here, 46 million baht. I mean, there's just so many developments here. Development after development, almost every road we're on, and you can see they're clearing even more space over here for more developments. But like I was saying, the property ownership thing here in Thailand is definitely, it's not simple. And that's purely because of the idea that the Thai government obviously wants to protect the right of ownership for Thai citizens, and I think that is probably the correct way to go. Having said that, Thailand is undergoing this shift. They're wanting to get away from the cheap tourists. They want to attract high net worth individuals. They're trying to attract families that are coming here to work remotely. We know the whole world since COVID has moved that way. And so even the visas here in Thailand are really geared now towards your wealthy citizens, towards your wealthy retirees. And that is starting to come into the property market. We're starting to see in Phuket, for example, right now, they are busy undergoing a test or a pilot phase where you can rent villas and get annual visas based on how much you're renting for. So I think the current amount is over $2,000 a month. If you do that, you can get a long-term visa or an annual visa to stay. And if you buy property over a certain amount, they are potentially looking at including some kind of visa option that allows you the right to occupy. Right now, that most foreigners don't understand, and it's quite a disconnect in the property ownership structure here, is that if you buy property here right now, it doesn't actually give you any legal rights to come and go out of the country. So you still need separate visas. If you're going to buy property here, it doesn't guarantee you access back into the country. So I think this is something that foreigners need to be aware of when looking at purchasing in Thailand. Having said that, I believe that Phuket especially is probably part of one of the biggest growth markets I've seen for a very long time. Huge inflow of money, a lot of Russian people coming here, obviously because of the situation in Russia, a lot of people coming here from the UK because of a better environment in terms of climate, in terms of cost of living. And so I believe that Phuket is right at the infancy of a very strong growth phase for what I would classify as wealthy citizens. I think for the budget traveler, Phuket's going to become probably a little bit more difficult to enjoy in the future. And so I would like to show you guys what is on offer, because a lot of people are looking for options outside of their home country. They're looking for places to go where they can get maybe not just necessarily more bang for their buck, but more freedom. And in my humble opinion, Thailand, if it offers one thing, it really is freedom. One thing that I don't see enough people talking about online is the cost of schooling in Thailand. Now, there are pretty much 3 levels of schooling in Thailand. There is your normal public schools, then there is your sort of like in between public and private, and then there is your full private. The school that we're outside of right now, if you have a look over there, it is a British international school. Beautiful, beautiful buildings, incredible infrastructure. They've got their own tennis academy, they've got their own golf academy, they've got their own football academy. The grounds are meticulously taken care of. The staff are amazing. Teachers here have often held posts here for 15, 20 years plus. And that is a testament to the strength of the school. But we have to talk about the school fees. So if you send your kid in Thailand to a full private school. It can cost anything from 400,000 baht a year all the way up to 4 million baht a year. In fact, the most expensive school in Thailand is currently sitting at 1 million baht per term, which is about 4 million baht per year. This school that we've just gone past here, which is the British International School, this school over here is roughly about 1 million baht per year. That's for 4 terms. Just have a look, show the camera over there. Look how beautiful those school grounds are. I mean, it is nothing short of spectacular. It is absolutely gorgeous. In fact, I'm going to stop quickly and see if we can give you guys a little bit of a look at this, because it is amazing. Let's jump out quickly. I want to show everyone. If you have a look at the school over here, we look at about 1 million baht per year per child, right? If they go to the boarding establishment here, that's about another 500,000. So you're looking at boarding and school about 1.5 million baht a year. So if we work that out, let's quickly see what that works out to. That's going to cost you about 50,000 US dollars per child per year to go to this international school. And by the way, that excludes your school uniforms, excludes curricular activities, excludes international sporting trips for the kids. So by the time you're all said and done, you're probably looking at a fee close to 2 million baht just to get your kids in here and basically doing school and after school activities. So schooling in Thailand, I truly believe, is one of the hidden expenses which most expats don't think about. And that is one of the reasons why we personally homeschool our children. Besides the fact that we have taken the decision actively since leaving South Africa that we do not want our kids in their formal education and obviously undergoing a formal education curriculum, it's also the cost factor. The cost factor is absolutely insane. Now you pop out 3 children, you know, multiplied by 2 million baht, you're now sitting at 6 million baht per year just to educate children. That to me is absolutely insane. Phuket has about 6 or 7 international schools at the moment, and I believe there are quite a few more international schools on the way. There is huge demand from expat families. I personally know of one family that has 5 kids at school here. So that just gives you an indication of the kind of wealth that's floating around here. And these obviously are not people working in Thailand. These are people who've got businesses abroad, investments abroad. I'm going to quickly show you guys. This school here has its own tennis academy. They have their own golf academy. I just want to show you inside here quickly. I mean, just have a look at these grounds. And then I'll tell you the fees so you can just hold on to your horses. As you can see, British school, tennis academy. I just want to show you guys quickly. If you have a look at the courts, I mean, all indoor courts. Obviously Thailand's very, very hot to do sports, so a lot of the places have got these sort of covered sports arenas. Just give you an idea, for the tennis academy alone, it's 150 US dollars per session for coaching, excluding court fees, excluding memberships. And golf, by the way, is even more expensive. Golf is about $250 per session with a coach. And by the way, this is something else that nobody talks about here in Phuket, but most of the children going to these private schools, and like I said, there's quite a few of them, and I know a number of the families that attend there now, they have drivers, they have nannies. The kids are literally chauffeured to school. It is insane. I was watching a little bit of a documentary the other night about schools here in Thailand, and there is a family that flies their kids via private jet from Malaysia every single day to school here in Thailand. The level of wealth in these countries, I believe, is so understated, most people don't see it. Like in the West, we see wealth everywhere. Here, you know, you see what you think is a Chinese looking car, and then you research it a little bit and you actually find out it's a limousine, you know, made in China, but it's like the limousine itself costs like over $1 million. It's crazy how hidden the wealth is here. You'll see very wealthy Russians running around where we stay in Bang Tao, you know, with the worst dress sense you've ever seen in your entire life. But the guys have got proper money. I think I showed you guys in one of the last videos the cost of buying cars here. If you buy a Porsche, or if you look to buy a BMW, any German European vehicle, you're paying a 300% import duty. Now I want to be very clear, I don't own any of my cars here in Thailand. It doesn't make sense. I rent everything. And the reason for that is because Andrea and I do not want to tie ourselves to one space. We want to go into a country, enjoy it, and when that time is done, we want to be able to pack up and go to the next place. And renting definitely is convenient for us. In fact, most wealthy foreigners here are not buying, they're actually renting. But when you guys see the rental rates, and I'm going to show you when we're sitting down at a coffee shop, when you see what you pay for rentals here, it'll absolutely blow your brain. So I quickly want to show you guys the cost of technology. In the last video, you would have seen me buying my new iPhone 17 Pro Max at an Apple authorized reseller. And pretty much every mall, mini mall, every strip mall has got very accessible technology. And I just want to take you guys and show you some of the costs involved in purchasing tech, because obviously most of the people working remotely, coming to Thailand, looking at some kind of long-term option, are inevitably either going to come with tech or going to have to upgrade their tech or invest in tech. So for me, tech is a very, very big part of being able to do what I do. So let's go and take a look at some of the costs. Let me just quickly show you guys. iPhone 17 Pro Max, we're looking at 56,900 for just the phone. So if we look at that 56,900, it's about $1,800. Now this same phone in the US is going to cost you about $1,500. In South Africa, it's going to cost you about $2,200. So I definitely feel like Thailand is a very middle of the road pricing. A little bit more than the US, obviously, on some of the tech. On some of the tech, a lot cheaper. Let's go and have a look here. iPhone Air, 40,000. Don't know what the spec is. 512, 40,000. So if we take that, let's have a look here quickly. It's going to be about $1,200. If we go down to the iPhone 16, just to give you an idea, 26,000. It's about $825. Just going to have a look at our Airbooks and Macs. So I just recently purchased a MacBook Pro. Don't know if they've actually got it here. Let's have a look. So here we've got MacBook Pro. Top of the range spec. You're looking at 144,000. So let me quickly show you. Very closely spec to what I've got at the moment. It's about $4,588, $4,600. Let's come down and have a look at smaller MacBooks, 14-inch, 68,000. It's about $2,100. And then obviously if we come and have a look at our iPads, you're going to see again a little bit more expensive than the US, but obviously a little bit cheaper than South Africa. So if we take here, for example, your iPad Air, have a look at a 1 terabyte version. It's going to cost you about 52,000. 52,000. It's about 1,600. Obviously I don't work on these on the Mac Minis and that sort of thing, but just to give you an idea here, 512 is costing just over $1,000, about 34,000 baht. So as you can see, endless amounts of tech choices. And what you'll find is most of the malls don't just have dedicated Apple stores. So they call them Studio 7, which is the authorized reseller. But almost every mall has a dedicated like secondhand cell phone division, secondhand laptop and iPad division. I actually take you guys up and show you the little tech section they have here. And this is just a local little strip mall. Nothing major, nothing too impressive, but they all have options for both new and used. Let's go up and take a look. Like I said, this is just a little like regional kind of mall, nothing fancy. But what you will find here is they've always got secondhand tech options. They've got usual stuff like cell phone covers and ring lights and all that sort of stuff. And it is stupid cheap. So this kind of stuff here, it's kind of like buying on, I don't know, what do you call those websites? Shein or Temu. Like there's just, I mean, let's just pick up a random cover here and have a look. This here, 150 baht. I mean, I don't know, what is that? Let's work that out quickly. 150, it's about $4. So like just stupid cheap. And then if you have a look here, just come and have a look in the window here quickly. These are all second-hand phone options. These are obviously used, and you can see some of the prices here, about 5,000. Just to give you an idea, that's obviously an Android phone. You're looking about $158. So endless amounts of choices. You'll find secondhand iPhones, you're gonna find secondhand iPads, you'll even find secondhand Macs here. And most of them actually are genuine. You do have to check, but most of them actually are genuine. And this is the thing, a lot of people assume that everything in Thailand is either fake or knockoff, but actually, here we go, here's some iPads over here. Let's just take a quick look. So we've got iPad Air, 64 gigabyte. What is that working out at? Let's have a quick look here. It works out to $300 for a 64 gig iPad 5. So all of the products that you're looking for are here, and yes, there are some knockoff versions, but generally speaking, most of the stuff is original, most of the stuff is good quality. But there is one thing I really have to talk about, which I think is exceptional value for money in Thailand. I'm going to try and actually find my store that I use. Unfortunately, I don't think they've got them here. So here we go, here's my store. So True. You guys saw me in one of the previous videos doing a SIM swap. Just to give you an idea, I have unlimited data, full 5G, so I'm getting, I think about 200 megabits per second or whatever down. I mean, it's extremely fast. Unlimited data, right, for 512 baht a month. And I do it on prepaid. I don't have a contract. I don't even want a contract. That's $16 per month. I'm paying $16 a month for unlimited internet access on my cell phone. Now, our villa comes with free broadband. We've got a 1 gigabyte connection. It's incredibly fast, and obviously that's included in the price of the villa. On top of that, we still have to have a maid. Maid is quite expensive here. We're spending in the region of about just over $1,000 for a domestic helper at home. So there are some things here that definitely are expensive. There are other things here that are just stupid cheap. I will say though, in general on the tech side, things are pretty affordable. So the other thing is clothing. Obviously for the kids, generally we shop for the kids at H&M, that kind of store. And then obviously like these Robinson stores, pretty much I couldn't tell you what things cost because Andrew does most of that. But what I can tell you is that purchasing the luxury brands like Versace, Louis Vuitton, they are a little bit more expensive than purchasing elsewhere because of the luxury goods taxes. So the kind of clothing that I buy, let's go down this way, the kind of clothing that I buy definitely is a little bit more expensive here in Thailand, which is exactly why whenever I travel through duty free, going back to South Africa or flying out to Dubai, I usually try and pick up the premium branded clothing. I also try and buy cigars and those sort of things because those are excessively expensive here. In fact, cigars here are about, let's go up this side. Cigars here are about 3 to 4 times the price that you would normally pay. Almost like a sin tax as well as a luxury tax. So extremely expensive. So just to get an idea of fuel costs here in Thailand, it is quite a bit cheaper than many other places in the world. Just want to give you guys a look quickly. So diesel is about 30.43. That works out to about $4.13 per liter. And that's roughly about 16 Rand per liter. Back in South Africa, we're paying quite a bit more. And the petrol price is only about a 5 or 6% difference. We're actually filming right now at the moment in the middle of this whole Iran-US thing. So if you have a look, there are queues of vehicles looking to fill up, queues of scooters looking to fill up, because everybody's a little bit worried about the fuel shortage at the moment. So everybody's making sure they've got a full tank of fuel. The price in Thailand of fuel I find extremely affordable, especially where we come from. So let's go in and have a look at some of the pricing around meat products, groceries. Now I do have to emphasize, we are currently in a supermarket called Villa Market that largely supports very much Western products. And you're going to see the prices are absolutely crazy. So there are 2 very distinct ways to consume here in Thailand. You're either eating local or you're eating imported goods. the imported goods are excessively expensive. So generally speaking, what we do is we buy fruits and vegetables locally. It's as good as anything imported, but the meats and all of the other products that we consume, those are generally imported products. So I just want to give you guys a little bit of a look around here. Obviously my first stop is always going to be steak, and if I'll show you guys here, just to give you an idea, if we have a look at pricing, so that little piece of steak that you're having a look at there is about 3,500 baht per kilogram. That little piece is running you about 1,400. So if we work that out, it works out to $110 per kilogram for red meat. That single piece there that we're looking at, just to give you an idea, that is $44. You equate that into rands, you're looking at about roughly 600 rand for that little piece of steak. So it is quite expensive. Come and have a look here. Obviously most of these products that you're looking at here are all imported. I'll just give you an idea here. We'll take a look at some random products. A lot of Japanese Wagyu products in here. So if you have a look at that Japanese Wagyu there, that little piece of, and this is tiny, I mean, I'm trying to see the grams on this, 110 grams of Wagyu, and that is $8.59. It works out to $27 for just over 100 grams. So the meat products here on the imported side are very, very expensive. And I was just saying earlier, I've actually been trying out some of the Thai beef products, and I've been getting very, very sick from it. They definitely do not have the same quality control standards. Let's have a look at eggs quickly, just to give you an idea. A tray of eggs, 219, that is for a pack of 30. So we work that out, 219. It's about $6.94. So viewers in the US are going to find that extremely cheap. For us back in South Africa, that works out to roughly about 100 rand for a tray of 30 eggs, which is more or less what we're used to paying, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less depending on the time of year. Products that I find extremely expensive. I'm actually going to go out and pick a few for you guys so you can have a look. But there are some products that I find excessively expensive. For example, butter. That is a tiny, tiny stick of butter, and that's rushing you $2.85. By the way, butter's not big in Thai culture. It's roughly about $9 and some change. So nearly $10 for a really small stick of butter. I mean, have a look at this, guys. That is tiny. Other things that are quite expensive, cheese, obviously yogurts are quite expensive. So go and have a look at cheese. Okay, so this is the other thing that, it really depends on the kind of cheese that you choose, but the kind of cheeses that we are used to, it definitely costs a little bit of money. So this is a Sainsbury's product. Most of you should know Sainsbury's. So that is roughly, what is that? 250 grams. That's going to rush you, 250 grams of cheese is going to rush you about $8, which again, South Africa, that's extremely expensive. If you go and have a look at your red cheddars, your mozzarellas, all those sort of cheeses, very much a similar sort of price range. Let's have a look at lettuce. Lettuce is a great example. Okay, let's see if I can find it. Here we go. One organic lettuce, you're looking at about 39 baht. It's about $1.24. It's not too bad. That's okay. If you come into your pre-packed stuff, you look about 55 baht. Again, it's about $1.74. And if you come along and have a look at mushrooms, we'll get onto some fruits just now as well. A tub of 500 gram mushrooms is costing you roughly $3.14, which is a little bit more than what we used to paying back in South Africa. Now we get into, of course, the imported fruits. This is where things get absolutely stupid, right? So if we take, for example, 4 kiwi fruits. 4 kiwi fruits are going to cost you $6.21. 6 kiwi fruits, about 100 and something change in rands. I mean, that's just, it's dilly. I can't wrap my head around it. Things like strawberries. Have a look at that. A small pack of strawberries. I mean, how many strawberries are we getting in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strawberries in a pack is costing you 499 baht. That's $15.81. Roughly about 200 rand and some change. There are some things in here that I think are very affordable, like for example sushi. The pre-made sushi that they do here daily, fresh, very, very nice. That's 130 baht. 2, 4, 6, 8 pieces. And let's just work that out quickly. 130, it's about $4. So that is very, very well priced. Obviously, all of these imported cheeses are going to be excessively expensive. A little square of blue cheese here is 114 baht. If I put that into dollars, it's about $3.61. So extremely, extremely expensive. The one thing which fortunately I don't consume anymore, except when I go back to South Africa, only because it's so cheap I can't help myself. If you come and have a look here, this I cannot wrap my head around. I need to find the aisle. Let's go. Right, prepare to be shocked. It is a big slab of Cadbury's chocolate, right? 225 baht. That's $7.13. Now, just to put this into perspective, we're talking about over 110 Rand for a bar of chocolate. That back in South Africa, at most, I've seen these about 55 Rand. So excessively expensive. A lot of things that just don't make sense to me. I don't consume this crap, but I just want to show you. A small pack of Dorito chips, 151 baht, right? 151, it's $4.78. So that's going to be roughly about 75 Rand for a bag of crisps. By the way, this shit's got weed killer in it. You do not want to be eating that shit. They should make the price even higher. Okay, let's go down and have a look at some of the other goods. I've actually, surprisingly, in this shop, found one South African item. There are some South African wines, but in terms of groceries, I found one South African product which I have to show you. I saw it last night and I bought it immediately. Okay, let's go down quickly and show you guys. A lot of your like noodles and stuff, like that's going to be super cheap. I think it's cheap anywhere in the world. I mean, you're buying here 39 baht, that's on special at the moment. Just to give you an idea, if you really are in a bunch and you want to shop at a nice place, $1.24. You can pick these up at 7-Eleven for even cheaper. Soy sauces, 35 baht, 53 baht. Let's go out and see here. Fortunately, they don't have all gold, but I did find sriracha sauce, sriracha mayo, which I absolutely love. 109 baht. It's about $3.45. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, this will blow your mind. Have a look at this. I don't know if they've got it. Here we go. Hellmann's mayonnaise. Okay. We talk about 181. That's going to cost you for a small bottle of mayonnaise about $5.73. But have a look at the choices here. And this is something that I do have to say, even though it's expensive, it does impress me. You've got truffle mayonnaise. You've got all kinds of weird and wonderful products from all over the world. Okay, that is quite expensive. That's about 250 baht just for that little bottle over there. Pickles, gherkins, 268 baht. That's, you know, it's a lot of money in my humble opinion for gherkins. We forget when we're in South Africa just how affordable things are. So that's $8.49 for a mini pack of gherkins. One of my absolute favorites growing up was Bovril. And contrary to popular belief, it's not a South African product, it's actually a British product. This here, hold on to your horses folks, because this is mind-bending to me. That's $14, almost $15 for that. So this here is costing, this little jar here is costing nearly 220 Rand. Isn't that crazy? We've also got Marmite, a little bit cheaper, 302 baht. And for all the Aussies out there, we've got Vegemite. By the way, if you are Australian, let me just tell you, this stuff is absolutely shit. I don't know why you guys like eating it. If you are South African and you're close to a Bovril or you're close to a Marmite, I'm going to give you a secret recipe. Piece of bread, white or brown, doesn't matter. Some Bovril, some butter, and some mayonnaise. Try it and then toast it and come and tell me. It's the single best thing I ever had in my life at boarding school. Right, let's have a quick look here, because this is something I know a lot of people consume. We don't consume from this bullshit aisle here, but golden syrup. This is a brand that we all know very, very well in South Africa. We've seen this all over the show. 151 baht. Obviously, the stuff that's going to kill you, they make it quite cheap, so that's $4.78. For the Canadians out there, proper maple syrup. This is real maple syrup, 560 baht. That's coming out about $17. I've never bought maple syrup in Canada, but I assume it's a hell of a lot cheaper. Here's something else we eat a lot of. By the way, this brand is a brand that's very strong in South Africa. It's a brand that I've used in Mauritius. It's a brand that I look for wherever I go in the world. And my favorite flavors out of this is the marmalade, and then there is also a strawberry and a blackberry one that I really, really like. But just to give you an idea, that little tub there, 251, that's $7.95. So that's going to rush you just over 120 bucks for a jam. It is pure, it is organic, but it ain't cheap. Okay, let's move along. I'm so excited to show you guys something from South Africa. Let's see if I can find it again. It's about the only product on all of the grocery aisles that's from South Africa. So I got myself some of this last night. I had it over some steak. I know it's supposed to be with chicken, I just couldn't help myself. So that there is 199 baht. So let's work that out. It's about $6.30. That little jar there is going to cost you in South African rands roughly about 95 to 100 rand, right? So you go and price this in South Africa and let me know in the comment section down below what it costs. Obviously we don't eat tin goods, we're not a big believer in it, but again I just want to show you the prices, you know, for whatever that is. Oranges, I don't know who the fuck would eat oranges in a can. 75 rand. What else can we show you guys here? Here's something that really blows my mind. The cost of these juices. I find these juices extremely expensive. So these are actually a pretty good price today, but I've seen one of these upwards of 100 baht. It's about 50 bucks for, and by the way, let's just be very clear, that is 1 liter. And if you guys know, if anybody's used these before, you know you're actually only getting about less than a liter, because there's always a little bit that stays behind here. I always feel cheated when I use these. I don't know what it is. Now, of course, the big one is wine. I am a little bit of a wine drinker. I consume maybe 1 glass every couple of months. I do enjoy my wine when I have it. I obviously enjoy champagne. So there are a couple of South African wines in and about here. Most of what you're going to see is Australian wines, and you're going to see some New Zealand wines. So let's just give you an idea, right? And we're just going to pick randomly here. You got everything on the shelf from 689 baht. So we work that out, 689. It's about $21. All the way up to like 2,500. So 2,500. You're going to be talking about $80 for a bottle of wine. And of course, there's probably even more expensive wines. This is not a top wine cellar. This is just an ordinary grocery store. But one thing you will notice, if you have a look, they really do keep a decent selection. And if you look well enough in between all of here, you are going to find some South African wineries. Moe, I actually think this was relatively cheap for Moe, by the way. So this is 2,790. Let's just work this out, 2,790. It's about $88 for a bottle of Moët champagne. It's pretty decent. So there you guys can see endless amounts of choices. Everything from 600 baht to about 300 bucks and some change, all the way up to the thousands. You literally have everything that you could want right here. And since I do buy Andrea flowers from time to time, I am always shocked. Let's have a look here. I want to just show you prices, right? So I normally try and get roses. That little pack of roses there is 259 baht. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 roses in there. 259. It's about $8 roughly. just to give you an idea, Starbucks is pretty much expensive anywhere in the world you go. And I gotta say, it's not the greatest coffee, but I always like the vibe at Starbucks. So if you have a look at the prices, you can see them on the board there. It is quite expensive. I just want a tall cafe latte, please.
So hot latte?
Yeah.
Okay. Take away or here?
Here, please.
In the mug, right?
You can give it to me in takeaway cup, it's okay.
And would you like some cake, almond cream croissant?
Oh, thank you.
150 baht.
Thank you.
Right?
Credit card. So something that you have to get used to here in Thailand is they've got quite a few methods of payment. Obviously cash is one. Then they've got a scan and pay system, which is via QR code. You generally speaking have to have a Thai bank account to do that. I use Mereta Pay, which is something that a lot of foreigners use, but it's only, thank you, but it only works from business to business. It doesn't work from like personal to personal, so that makes it a little bit difficult. And then the other way is of course credit card, and credit cards are widely accepted. Let's have a quick look at some of the other costs that you would probably incur as a family here in Thailand. If you're living here properly, you probably want a decent scooter and you probably want some decent transport. So I just want to give you guys an idea here. If you look at scooter rentals here, obviously the longer you take it, the better your pricing is going to be. You're looking at about, on average, about 300 to 400 bahts a day, right? So if you take that and you work that out, 350, or just take a medium, it's about $11 a day. If you multiply that by an average of 28 days in a month, you're going to be talking about roughly about $300 to $350 per month that you spend on a scooter. I'll give you an idea on petrol costs. You guys saw us filling up the vehicle earlier. If you are filling up and using a scooter regularly, you're probably going to use somewhere in the order of about 5 to 10 liters a week if you're doing a lot of traveling. And that, if you equate that over a month, you'll probably be hard pressed to spend 1,000 baht. So, you know, you're going to be looking at about 300 to 350 for the scooter, and then if you add another 1,000 baht, it's about 31 to $35 in fuel. So in total, you're probably looking at, for a scooter to rent per month, you're looking at about $400. Now, having said that, if you get to know people here and you take a long-term rental like what I've done, I'm paying about 30,000 baht every 6 months. So if we work that out, that's 30,000. It's about $949, and if I divide that by 6, it's rushing me about $158 a month. So with fuel costs, I may be spending about $200 per month on renting. Now, a lot of people wonder why I'm not looking at purchasing, why am I not buying? There might come a time when that makes sense, but for me right now, where I'm still very transitional, renting makes sense, and renting is convenient. Maybe today I want a bigger scooter, maybe the next time I want a smaller scooter. And I have definitely found that as you spend time, especially in a place like Phuket, you start to find that the vehicles that you think you wanted are not necessarily the vehicles that you do want. So one of the big things here, traffic is a major issue. So big scooters, big issue to get around in traffic. Big cars, big issue to get around in traffic. So that just kind of gives you an idea. You guys can go and have a look. If there is anybody who is watching these videos and is interested in car hire or interested in scooter hire, I've got perhaps 2 of the best contacts in the whole of Phuket. They treat me like royalty, and I can tell you the service is amazing, the vehicles are amazing. Hit me up in the comment section down below and I'd be very happy to share those details with you. What else? Let's look at car rentals, right? So car rentals, this is the actual service that I use. Now, these guys are currently in Dubai, they're in Thailand, they're in Singapore, they're in Malaysia. And what they do is they do short-term leasing. So it's a little bit different to renting. So on normal rentals, if you have a look here, this is a normal rental site. You're basically going to pay per day, right? And if you have a look at the rates, it goes up from about 700 baht per day, you know, all the way into the multiple thousands. I mean, to rent let's just use an example here. A Toyota Yaris hatchback is going to cost you about 767 baht per day. So let's call that 780 just as a round number. 780, it's about $24 multiplied by 28 as an average. That vehicle is going to cost you roughly about $691 to $700 per month. You're you can probably add on to that, maybe if you're doing quite a bit of traveling, maybe about 4,000 baht in fuel. So you're going to maybe be at about $750 to $780 on a little Toyota Yaris. If you go all the way up to something more comfortable, like a Toyota Fortuner or perhaps a Ford Ranger, you're going to be spending about 2,000 baht per day. 2,000 baht per day, that's going to work out to about $63 per day. Multiply that by 28, it's going to be about $1,700 per month. And then obviously plus fuel, you're probably going to come in just over $2,000. This is the site, however, that I currently use. I think this is a fantastic service. Obviously, the longer you rent, the cheaper it is. They've got lots of options from small cars all the way through to double cab trucks, all the way through to big SUVs. So just to give you an idea, if you're looking right at the bottom there, you're looking at about 14,000 baht a month for a Toyota Yaris. If you work that out, 14,000 baht per month is roughly about $474. So you can see these guys are significantly cheaper because you are taking a long-term lease. So you can lease with them from a month up to 2 years. And basically what happens is the longer you take it for, the cheaper it gets. So just to give you an idea here, if you go up to kind of what we're renting, which is a double cab vehicle, you're spending roughly about 20,000 per month. So take 20,000. That's going to rush you in at about almost $700 plus fuel. You're probably in at about $900 per month. The great thing about the plan that we're on, anything goes wrong with the vehicle, they deal with it. It's fully insured, fully covered. You've got no costs, no maintenance issues. And if you want to change it, you literally just give them a phone call, send them a WhatsApp and say, listen, I want to upgrade my vehicle, I want to downgrade my vehicle, and you pay in the balance or you get a refund, and you literally get from their pool of cars whatever you want. Now, I also do from time to time hire out luxury vehicles, like for example an S-Class with a driver. Just to give you an idea what that costs, you're looking at roughly about 50,000 baht with a driver per day. So I give that to you in dollars, you're looking at about $1,500 roughly, give or take, and then plus tips and gratuities for the driver, you're probably in at about $1,800 per day. Again, for me, there's no point in me owning an S-Class because I want to be in the back seat, and it makes sense that when I use it, that it comes with a driver. And I may use it maybe 3 or 4 times a month to take Andrea out, for us to go do some shopping. And we literally get to sit in the back, enjoy the vehicle, and get driven to wherever we're going. Sports cars, same story. Very, very expensive here in Thailand. To give you an idea, if you're looking to rent like just a little sports car like the MG Cyber, which is a locally manufactured sports car, you can expect to pay anything upwards of 50 to 60,000 baht per day. Again, about $1,500 to $1,600. If you start getting into the Lamborghini Porsche range, then you're looking at close to 180,000 baht per day. And that will rush you at 180,000 is about $5,600 per day. And then of course there are options to take these long-term. So if you're on long-term rentals, you're going to come down about 50% on cost, but you're still in at about $2,000 per day for that vehicle. The great thing is Thailand has lots of options. You can rent, you can buy, you can lease, you can long-term rent, short-term rent, you can change in and change out. And for me, that's very, very important, because part of the reason why I pursued this lifestyle is flexibility. Am I paying a premium for it? Absolutely. From a financial perspective, does it make more sense to own? In many cases, absolutely yes. In my case, I want the flexibility to change. I want the flexibility to move. And this lifestyle definitely comes at a premium. But for me, it's worth it. So you guys have probably seen from some of the videos that I've previously done, I talk a lot about property because property is one of the things I'm very interested in. Outside of obviously trading and traditional investing, the one thing that I'm always looking at is property. I understand the cost of construction, the cost of buying, the cost of renting, pretty much most places in the world, because I do invest on pretty much almost every continent. I've got real estate. So I'm always looking at real estate agencies, I'm always looking at the rental boards, I'm always looking at the building and construction costs. And I just want to give you guys an idea, because we've looked at a previous estate agency where I showed you guys some of the property, but it's pretty normal to see these kind of prices in Bangkok. So come across, I want to show you guys on the boards quickly. Here's a great example here, right? So here you've got You've got 4 and 5 bedroom properties. And if you have a look at the pricing over there, 69 million Thai bahts, right? That's going to be close to about $2 million. Very beautiful architecture, but look up in the corner. What you're going to see is Russian. A lot of the ads are in Russian. And the reason for that is there are a lot of Russian expats here. There's a lot of people living here. There's a lot of people commuting here regularly on holiday from Russia. It is a very centralized hub of wealth here in Thailand for the Russians. And if you have a look, I mean, I don't know if they've got more properties up in the window here, but they've got all their new developments here, and almost every single month there are new developments coming up. So Thailand definitely has extreme amounts of property available, especially in this area, but they come at a very hefty price. So roughly what we're seeing as a trend here, pretty much for every $1 million on the property real estate value, you are going to be paying about 10,000 US dollars in rent. So if you're renting a property that's about $1 million US dollars, expect to pay about 120,000 US dollars per year for rental. Now, having said that, it usually does include things like garden service. It usually includes pool maintenance. It usually includes water. On top of that, you're going to be paying for other things like a domestic helper in the house. You're still going to pay for that. You're still going to pay your own electricity bill. Wi-Fi is normally included. And usually most of the places come fully furnished. So that's one thing that's really great about Thailand. You literally go into a house, even if it's brand new. Everything from the plates to the knives to the forks to the bottle opener, everything is provided. And again, for where we are in our lives, very transitional, not wanting to be committed to anything long term, Thailand just makes perfect sense. Sawadika, I want to find out, do you have a monthly membership? Membership, yeah.
Of Brava?
Yeah.
Yes, we do, sir.
Do you have prices for me that I can have a look at?
The membership you pick up when you buy the property in the Laguna.
So the only way to have a membership here is to own a property in Laguna. If no own property, no membership. And do you have day passes for here?
Yes, sir.
What does a day pass cost?
The pass is this price. Over here. Start like month by month. This one April until October.
Oh, okay, so like low season, high season. Okay, got it. Okay, so kids poolside sunbed 1.5, high season 3,000, 4,000. Okay. Poolside cabana 6,000, 12,000. Okay. Beachside day bed 1.5, double bed. So low season is April to October, high season November to March,
Yes, sir.
and then peak season December to January. Okay, can I take a picture of this?
Yeah, sure.
You don't have a printout of this for me?
We don't have.
Okay, let me take a picture. And if I want to come to the restaurant in the evenings, is that possible?
Yes, sir. But I recommend you to call for booking.
For booking.
Yes.
And how many restaurants do you have here?
Only one right now.
Only one. There's a property next door to you here with a restaurant. Is that a hotel?
Azura.
Yes, yeah.
Under of the Amsterdam Hotel, but we are under of Banyan Tree Hotel, sir.
Okay, got it. And you guys have a website?
Yes, sir. In the Rawa Beach Club, so you can search.
Okay, Bravo Beach Club. All right, cool. Thank you very much. Can I go have a look around?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. And you don't mind if I take a video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yes, please. That'll be very nice. Thank you. So I normally go to Catch Beach Club,
All right.
but we live like close by here, so this is closer than Catch. So that's why I wanted to come see.
I see. So here is going to be the master grill for us.
Okay.
And there is going to be for the main bar.
Okay.
And we have full swimming pool over here. The first pool is going to be for the kid pool.
Okay.
The main pool is going to be there. And then the other one, and then the last one. Today we have we do evening event.
Okay.
You want to look around?
Yeah. Thank you very much. And these have got air conditioning, eh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Wow.
Mostly the customer, they want to open the window. They don't like
Yeah, for sure. And most of the members here, are they Russian?
Yes, most.
Okay.
Most customer is Russian.
Okay. So if we don't like our children, we send them to slide during the day.
And here is the cabana.
Oh wow, okay.
And kids pool here.
Okay.
That's all.
So how many cabanas do you guys have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Very nice. And direct access to the beach as well.
Right.
Okay. Very nice. And how late you guys stay open at night?
Check out.
What time do you guys stay open
Start
until
in the morning at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock and close?
Until actually in the website
Yeah.
Until midnight.
Midnight.
But
Yeah.
we're gonna last order for food at 10 o'clock.
At 10 o'clock.
And
Okay.
for the drink at 11, sir.
11. Okay.
The VIP sofa, I forgot to tell you this one.
Okay.
Yeah, the VIP sofa is 10% for maximum for 10%, but
Okay.
it's gonna be the same price as the VIP sofa.
Okay. Wow. Thank you very much. So if you have a look here, you've got all your local beers, you've got imported beers, you've got Heineken, San Miguel, obviously Singer local, Chang is local, and actually very reasonably priced. About 160 baht for local beers. To give you an idea, smoothies about 200 baht. You got your premium still waters, 750ml, 200 baht. And then obviously signature cocktails, looking about 500 baht for a cocktail. Some very affordable ones are about 300, 320, so that's not bad at all. And let's take a look at seafood dishes quickly, see if you can get that on here. So you got really nice seafood dishes, 1,800, 1,400. Grilled lobster, you're looking at 4,400. Yeah, I mean, and lots of Western food choices on here as well. You got pizza on here. You got a lot of options. Kids menu, so they've got a dedicated kids menu. Macaroni and cheese for the kids. Grilled fish, about 300 baht. Pizza. So for a premium location, not bad. And then of course champagne. They do have champagne. They've got a brut and so prosecco, 1,400 for a bottle. And they've got sparkling wines, rosés, very nice choices actually. Yeah, very nice, thank you. And so for dinner you say have to book?
Yes, I recommend you to book to make sure that you'll get a nice table.
Okay.
Because every day we are in the sunset
Yes.
time, it's gonna be like peak.
Quite busy, okay. And just for sunset drinks is also okay?
Yes.
You have to book for that?
For the drink,
Yeah.
actually for the drink we are recommend you at the bar only because for the table we're gonna
Oh, the tables
for
are
the
booked.
dinner.
Okay, got it. Perfect, thank you very much, appreciate it, thank you. As you can see, a lot of Western dishes available. And again, I think something that's worth pointing out, if you have a look at the cabanas, if you have a look at the air-conditioned cabanas, it's stuff that people wouldn't expect in Phuket. Everybody's expecting Phuket to be this like really affordable place with like low budget options, but there are actually so many of these options. I mean, just in this area alone, there are about 6 or 7 beach clubs, and 2 of them have been nominated as 2 of the best beach clubs in the world. So that gives you an indication. There's luxury here, there is place to entertain. If you're into sunset drinks, if you're into high-end Western food, if you're into high-end Thai food, places like this definitely offer those options. On any given day, there are many expats, and we see them as we're coming into the beach clubs. This beach club is relatively new, so it's quite close to us, so we're exploring this a little bit. But if you go to any of the beach clubs on any given day, you're going to find expats there drinking champagne, having prawns, watching the sun go down. And Phuket definitely has a lot of premium options. I mean, if you just sit here for a second and you take that view in, there's not many places in the world that can beat this. Does it come at a premium? Absolutely. Is it Is it reserved for those with a bit of money? Absolutely. But Thailand has options for everyone. Traditionally, I think everybody's under the impression that Thailand only caters to the budget traveler. More and more, as I look out here on this bay, and I think about all the places that we're exploring, more and more Thailand is, and especially Phuket, is positioning itself amongst one of the premium destinations in the world, and they've got everything to go for them. They've got weather, they've got beaches, calm seas, amazing customer service, great infrastructure, friendly people, and you know, what more can you want? If you're somebody who's got a bit of money in your pocket and you're looking for an incredible lifestyle, I personally think, my humble opinion, I think this is it. Kapkan, thank you. So I really hope that you guys have enjoyed having a look at the cost of living on the, let's just more say, the more affluent side of Thailand. There is a very premium lifestyle to be had here. It's not cheap, probably on par with many of the first world places that a lot of people would go when they've got money. Some things are a bit more expensive, some things are a bit more affordable. But if you guys are interested in Phuket as a destination, if you've got questions, if there's specific content you'd like us to make, things you'd like to show on camera, you'd like us to actually bring you guys to the spots and show you, just drop a comment down below. And of course, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification to turn on notifications so you get notified every time we upload a brand new video. With that said, we'll be here same time, same place next week, every single Thursday, 7 p.m. GMT +2. Cheers, guys.